forgot I had that stuff in those chests. And as a result, I can't pick up the chests. Let's see. Can't you see I'm busy? I don't have any time for you. There we go. Now, I've been commenting a little bit lately. I made a longer comment in an earlier video and then decided to delete it. But lately on the Punchwood forums, I said something about it there, so maybe I should say a little bit something here. I can understand when, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't talk about this. I don't know. I'm sorry if this is a difficult topic for some people, but I just feel like I have to say how I feel about it. But there are some YouTubers out there that will do various voices, and a lot of times it can be funny, but they don't seem to really be at all concerned about the possibility of offending somebody. And I can understand that. Comedians, part of their job, part of an entertainer's job is to find the entertainment value in things that people may not find entertainment value. Yeah, I mean, otherwise, being an entertainer would not be a professional profession. And sometimes that means doing things that some people might find offensive. And I get that. And I'm not about to tell anybody that they have to do what I say they have to do. It's their choice. But basically, this is my feeling. When I do YouTube videos, I mean, you could argue that maybe I'm not all that entertaining, but I kind of feel like I might have to cut this out later. But we'll see. I may not be all that entertaining, but I just try to enjoy what I'm doing and just try to be myself, and that results in what it results in. The result of that is what you see. But there are some YouTubers who will adopt what I guess they consider to be funny voices, and will do what I'm sure they consider to be interesting things in the name of entertaining their audience. And that's cool, I understand that. But it's when they start imitating certain stereotypes that it does, to me, become offensive, become a problem, if the YouTuber in question considers being offensive to be a problem. They may not. And one of these things is black voice. And a lot of YouTubers do it. I know Toby, that's one of the things he often does in his videos, but he doesn't just do black voice, he also imitates Italians and Irish people and Brits and crazy people. His videos are kind of all over the place. And it's fine, and if he wants to do that, and I know he has a pretty large following. I don't watch his videos, mainly because of the imitations that he does. Because as someone who's as a black person who's grown up being ridiculed for the way I spoke when I was younger, and feeling pressured to go and study and practice a way of speaking that would be more widely accepted, I now look back on that and say, why is it that the way I spoke was considered so odd and weird that people were making fun of me and poking fun? I say that because I am going to be a father soon, and I think about these things concerning my son, who is about to be born, and the kind of world he will grow up in, and how people will treat him. And one of the things I'll have to teach him, and this is related also to the Trayvon Martin case recently, one of the things I'll have to teach him is that he is going to be in the minority, regardless of whether we stay here in Japan or move to the States. He's going to be in the minority, which means people are going to look at his appearance, people are going to look at how he speaks and the way he does things, and to them it's going to seem strange. and they will probably poke fun at him. They will probably treat him differently because to them he will be different. And that's something I'm going to have to explain to my son. However, it kind of frustrates me as someone in my situation that I have to do that. That I have to have that conversation with him while someone else who is born in a majority in their country, which in the United States is white and Japan is Japanese, they don't have to do that. And that's cool. That's fine. I understand. That's just the way the world is. That's the way life is. But I wish that people in that situation had a better understanding of people in my situation, and there are a lot of us, millions, if not billions of us, who do have to go, actually, yeah, definitely billions of us, but people like us who do have to have those conversations with our children. People like us who have to live with that reality. One of the things I hear about the Trayvon Martin case is people say, well, it's not about race. Why are people so upset over it? He made an honest mistake. Well, the honest mistake he made ended up in the death of a young man. Beyond that, the fact that, like President Barack Obama said, all of us, all black men have been in that situation, and probably a lot of Latino men have been in that situation as well, and probably other minorities in various countries have been in that situation, where I must have a cave underneath me. That is coming from inside someone's house. Anyway, back to the away from Minecraft, back to the topic. And I'm sorry I'm inserting this here, but I want to talk about something while I'm doing all this organization and building and stuff, and this is the thing that's on my mind right now. The fact that people who don't have to grow up making excuses for why they do certain things, people who grow up not having to explain to their children how the way they speak, why the way they speak or the things they do is a point of ridicule to others. I've been thinking about how we have to deal with this, how we have to explain these things to our children. But yet, all of that is mute because people are making decisions related to us who don't have to go through that. People are saying to us, well, you shouldn't be upset about that, when they themselves have never been in the situation. So how can they say we shouldn't be upset? Because how would they feel if the situation was changed and switched? So anyway, back to YouTubers. When a YouTuber chooses to use black voice, or Italian voice, or Hispanic voice, I just hope they realize that they are making fun of something that to somebody else is a matter of course. When someone says, I ain't got no time for that, they should realize that that is the way a mother speaks to her child someplace. And she means it in a loving way just as much as someone else would say, I don't have time for that. When black people speak a certain way, it's not a means of entertainment for white people or for anybody else. It is a matter of communication. And I just hope that people realize that. When YouTubers do their videos, I want them to be entertaining. I'm not holding a grudge for them with them. I love Paul Soares Jr., even though he sometimes does that, and I watch his videos despite the fact that he sometimes does that. Some YouTubers who use it a lot and basically make that kind of the bread and butter of their stick, I don't watch them because it does get grating after a while when someone does that a lot. Because these questions come to my mind. Do they even realize? Do they even care? So I don't know. That's just my 2 cents on the topic. And the same thing for the Von Martin. I hope that those out there seeing people get upset about this, and people who say, when black people say we are fearful of what that verdict meant, we're not saying that we begrudge George Zimmerman for due process. We do begrudge him for taking the life of somebody, for following and stalking somebody that he shouldn't have been following and stalking. But the process, he had his trial, he had his due process, and we don't begrudge him for that. But we do hope people realize that this can't be the status quo, because we're doing all we can do to prepare our children for the world. And if at the end of the day they can still be stalked and killed for nothing other than being black in what someone else considers to be the wrong place and time for it, then what are we to do? We are then left to live our lives in fear. Because even when we do everything right, there's still a possibility that things for us can go horribly wrong. And that's the national conversation that needs to be had in America and in other countries that deal with these kind of issues. And the same thing on YouTube, when we're talking about how people talk about each other on YouTube, the things people say to each other on YouTube. Blackface aside, there is a lot of racism that occurs here on this platform, gaming platform, I mean. As people get into social settings in these games, they use avatars. They don't have to show their actual face, and sometimes they forget some of the things that they would normally think about if they were talking to someone face to face. So I'm just saying, keep these things in mind, or not. It's up to you. I can't control what you do. But if you want to respond to me, go ahead and leave comments below. I'm going to knock off on this for today. I still got some work to do. I'm going to continue to expand this. I'm going to do a second floor of it. But I'm kind of getting tired. I've been working on this for a while, and I do have some other stuff I have to do. So anyway, thank you for watching, and thank you for bearing with the seriousness of the last part of this episode. But I promise you things will be more lighthearted from now on. Bye.